Tom Phillips, when should publishers stop supporting last-gen consoles? That's what we're asking today, because I don't know if you've seen the footage comparing the Xbox 360 version of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with the Xbox One version, but there are some significant graphical differences.
Are there? Maybe one or two. Yeah, I haven't really noticed.
It's pretty stark. So when should publishers stop putting out games on last gen as well? Because I can understand, like, it's quite, it's good that people who maybe can't afford or don't want to buy a current gen console at this price point get the chance to play something like Call of Duty Black Ops 3. But at this point, you have to ask: are they actually being done a favour being charged full price for something which looks significantly worse?
I think they should have stopped a year ago. I think that trying to keep games feature with a parity in terms of features right now, it's just not working, and we've seen that with Black Ops. But it's holding games back, and this happened last year with Dragon Age Inquisition. So I chatted to the game director Mike Laidlaw, and he told me that there were features that they had planned and are built into the Frostbite engine, and they were all working in the game. However, they had to take them out again because the versions for the last gen consoles just couldn't support them. They were a keep defense system and destructible environments, things which would have been really cool to see in the Dragon Age series for the first time, but because they'd announced it for last gen and current gen, they just didn't make it into the final game. And this year again with Black Ops now, we've seen that they just haven't managed to fit the campaign mode into the last gen version, so you're getting a version of the game which is still full price, but without a significant chunk of the actual game itself. Now, you could argue that maybe people don't play Call of Duty for the campaigns, but still, if you're offering a full price game, then it should have everything in it that the version on a different platform has.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if people, I'm going to come out and say it, people don't play Call of Duty for the campaign.
No.
However, they still make one. Therefore, they kind of still have a responsibility to include it, especially if they're making a big thing this time about how you can play it the way you want and you can change up.
Yeah. And also, like, you look at the front cover of the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions, and there's all these stickers on it, and it's almost like, guys, this is the last gen version, but so be aware, it's an online only game. You're going to need to have a hard drive because, like, these games are getting bigger and bigger in terms of scope, and they need installs now. And the current gen consoles can handle that fine, but the past gen ones can't. And Grand Theft Auto Online, another example, they've actually got to the point now where they've had to abandon the last gen versions of it because they keep updating it, which is great. They keep providing new content, which is amazing, and it's doing really well, and loads of people still play it. But it's got to the point now where their vision for it has now surpassed what the last gen consoles can do. So that, I think, is the right approach. Destiny, another game. It's a game that's close to my heart, as you all know. It's a game which right now is being, I think, held back partly by the fact that whatever they do has to fit this engine and this version of the game, which launched a year ago on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, as well as Xbox One and PS4. So until the next version comes along, which will probably be next autumn, whatever they do has to keep fitting into this base game. And they've actually, with the Taken King expansion which came out in September, had to mail hard drives to people to allow them to carry on playing the game, because Taken King is such an integral part of the game.
Right.
And they've upgraded the game, which you can't play offline. There is no single player offline campaign mode, to the point where, like, they've had to provide extra storage hardware to people and mail it to them in the post so they can still play on their 360 and PS3. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it definitely seems like publishers are holding back, like Sony and Microsoft as well, because with the Xbox 360 backwards compatibility for the Xbox One, and like the cuts in the price of these consoles, they're clearly trying to get people to adopt the new hardware and broaden that install base. Of course,
they want you to shell out for a new console, and I think by now it's fair to ask customers to do that. It's been 2 years, and still Tomb Raider is coming out for 360 as well as Xbox One.
But is that fair enough, I ask in voiceover, because the original file corrupted and I had to redo the outro? Tom certainly thinks it's fair enough to ask people to upgrade their consoles, and I sort of agree, but what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for plenty more from Eurogamer.
How do I target?
Hold it there. There you go. There you go. Oh my god, you're gonna die. Do you have anything to say?
Why would I like to save now the game's over?